Welcome to Tips for First-Time International Visitors to Kruger National Park, South Africa, Part 2. In Part 1, we covered car or internal flight, hire car checks, indemnity and wildcard, when is best, travel light, taking the obvious and the not so obvious, malaria, lens wipes, Stanley, credit card or cash, know your camera, pictures or videos, and reference apps and booklets. In Part 2, we cover research, out before light, speed limits and dash cams, be brutal with pictures, backup daily, rest camp paradise, Kruger game drives, tar versus sand roads, Chokwani, short or long stay at camps, rest camps or bush camps, perimeter accommodation, tipping, animal raids, eating out, and turn off your engine at sightings. We hope you get something out of it. In the last video, we left it with Sharon and I arriving at Letaba Rest Camp, also known as Letaba Main Camp. We are in C17, a perimeter bungalow. On our first full day, we will be heading northwards to the S143 Tropic of Capricorn Loop, one of our favourites. Then southwards past Mopani on the H1-6, then taking the H14 to H9, then the S51 loop taking in Sable Dam, back onto H9, returning to Letaba. Today will be a good buffalo day. Research. The more effort you put in, the more you will see. Whether through books or online, the more research you do, the better prepared you will be for your self-drive safari. A great investment for us was a book called The Behaviour Guide to African Mammals. We have learned so much from this book, and it has proven very useful in helping to notice visual and auditory signs that have led us to some great sightings. There are other sources of information too.
It's like a sunrise, warm in a sun.
This stretch of H1-6 produced quite a few chameleons within a couple of kilometres.
All your time lifting me up. All of the things I've been worrying seem to be disappearing now. Reminding me what days should be made of. Sunshine betting on a good time. I've been chasing butterflies all afternoon.
We rarely go out before light. We used to be at the camp gates waiting for them to be opened. But whilst dawn is breaking, light is not great, and we prefer to wait half an hour after the gates have been opened before we exit the camp. Not full daylight, but dull light at least, and easier to spot animals rather than looking for a black cat at night, so to speak. Depending upon time of year, the gates will open between 4:30 and 6 a.m.
Night drives cruising on the highlights, spending all of my time kicking with you, honey, with you. Ooh, honey, with you. Oh.
The grass is tall, but we are still able to see lines being inactive as usual.
We're on a coaster, we're on a cloud.
Onto the Tropic of Capricorn loop
Stars,
now.
we're beautiful now. All of the plans I've been making seem to be figuring themselves out. Letting them go, look at all we found. Sunshine betting on a good time. I've been chasing butterflies all afternoon. Night drives cruising on the highlights, spending all of my time kicking with you, honey, with you. Ooh.
A second herd of buffs.
Honey, with you, oh, ooh. Honey, with you.
There are speed limits, 40 kilometres on sand or dirt roads and 50 kilometres on tar roads. Speed limits are enforced whether by police roadside speed guns or reporting by fellow safarians. A helicopter, whilst out on poaching patrol, noticed a fast-moving vehicle. It recorded and reported. The culprit was dealt with swiftly. Over recent years, we have noticed a significant increase in speeding by camp workers, and sand parks are aware of this issue. Driving over the speed limits endangers animals' lives, your life, the lives of workers and other visitors too. We are glad enforcement is proactive. We would certainly have no qualms in reporting anybody flouting the law. Fines and park evictions are handed out as punishments. You have been warned. Whilst on the subject of reporting any law flouting, dash cams are used widely in the park, so beware any law flouters. Dash cams are also a way to capture unexpected moments too. Surprises you and your camera will not be ready for, and the experience could be over in a flash. There are plenty of models to choose from, you decide. We do take one, as they do not take up any real space in the duffel on wheels and are very easy to set up in your rental vehicle.
Set my mind on fire, put my soul at ease. In the midnight hour, it's calling me, makes my blood rush faster. It's a chain reaction, yeah, making time run back.
This reminds us of our old chickens taking a dust bath.
This is all I'm after. Oh, I know it's so late to see if you'd come down, 'cause it's calling my name.
This is the first time we have noticed fish feeding off of this pachyderm.
To get away right now makes my blood rush faster.
Go through your pictures and videos daily and be brutal. With everything digital, it is easy to snap and record more or less an unlimited amount of media. If you don't review and eliminate the not so good pictures or videos daily, or even twice daily or more, you will be overwhelmed and probably never be able to achieve a realistic amount of quality media you can take forward and cherish. I have heard people say many times they wish they had eliminators as they went through their holiday, rather than leave hundreds or thousands of shots to go through when at home, as they have never been able to find the time to do this. We do it whenever we can. The more frequent, the less you go through, the less of a task it is. A typical day would be to review at a late breakfast, again lunchtime back at camp and away from the midday sun. Then at dinner or after dinner, back at the accommodation, enjoying the night sounds. Regular means not much time needed with each review. Be disciplined, and the time spent doesn't infringe on your holiday enjoyment. We do this using our mobiles, but laptops and notebooks are good. Whatever your preference. You will be pleased you put the effort in, as a reward will be able to have a workable, good quality set of holiday memories you can look at whenever you want. We use a digital frame that keeps playing all of our media in a continuous loop. Here is something we have learnt the hard way. Do not enhance your pictures or videos if you are going to use in an editor at a later date. In our experience, you get better results if you use raw media rather than media that has already been tampered with. But hey, experiment yourselves and see what works for you.
It's a chain reaction, yeah, making time run backwards. This is all I'm after, and I feel the thunder inside my bones, and the light it cracks up all the sky we know.
Here we are at Sable Dam. Another thing to do is to back up daily to avoid crushing disappointment. We all know what we don't want to happen can happen, so be one step ahead. We use a memory stick and a portable 1TB hard drive. Very small, so no luggage space needed. In fact, we use my man bag to transport them. This gives us 3 copies: mobile, memory stick and hard drive. Back at camp and in for a real treat, watching various bat species emerging from bat boxes, as well as bat hawks putting on an aerial hunting display.
Makes my blood rush faster. It's a chain reaction, yeah, making time
Good morning. We will start off northwards on the H1-6, picking up the S47 to the S131, then various sand roads west of H1-5, eventually leading on to the H1-5 back to Letaba. The late afternoon drive, we will cover sand and tar roads not far from camp. There is so much to see and hear in rest camps, especially birds and insect life. We like to have a break from the midday sun, so depending where we have ended up, we like to take a stroll around the camp we are staying at or the camp we are closest to at about noon. The bird life is spectacular. You will be surprised at how quickly you will learn and be able to identify some bird songs and calls. There are insects galore and so many butterflies at the right time of year. Mammals too, like bushbuck and the bats, are just awesome. Reptiles like monitors, skinks and geckos are always about. Towards sunset, look out for African wildcats, honey badgers and who knows what else. As mentioned before, we have seen warthogs and hyenas in camp too. You will usually hear bush babies first, and if lucky they will show themselves to you also. Walk along the perimeter fencing, quietly, and wait to see what happens. Keep hands inside and away from the electrics. At night, sit outside and you will be blown away by the sounds. Listen out for the warning calls and hone in to their origin. This is how Sharon found this pearl-spotted owlet in Shingwedzi Rest Camp. It was being mobbed and scolded by starlings. Not everything is welcomed, however. At one camp there was a bat nursery in the thatched roof. A genet was after them and the young bats, scared for their lives, burrowed deeper into the thatch and ended up in our room. Sharon woke me up and told me what was happening. I felt what I thought was a cricket on my leg, only to pull back the sheet and discover a young bat clinging to my leg. We scooped up 3 into a towel, placed at the bottom of the wardrobe and put them outside on the walls in the morning, where they crawled up and back into the thatch. Lions on a waterbuck kill.
I can't climb, holding out for heroes in the night. I find myself here in
Matabele ants are an iconic, highly specialised termite hunting ants native to sub-Saharan Africa, named after a fierce 19th century warrior tribe. They are celebrated for their highly disciplined military-style raids on termite mounds. Their diet consists almost exclusively of termites. They march in highly visible columns. A scout ant first identifies a termite mound, then returns to the colony to release a chemical trail, summoning a raiding party that numbers in hundreds. Matabele ants are famous for being one of the only non-human animals to perform advanced medical care. When a soldier is injured by defending termites, it releases a rescue pheromone. Nestmates carry the injured ants back to the nest and lick their wounds, significantly increasing their survival rate and allowing them to return to foraging later. Kruger game drives and bushwalks present other opportunities, more time to take closer photography and videos. Bushwalks allow you to see things in a close-up environment you normally wouldn't experience. On walks we have been at an active hyena den, close to zebras and giraffes, within 100 metres of a bull elephant in must. A leopard was soaring in the distance, and on another occasion a small herd of Cape buffalo spied us and stampeded in the opposite direction. You can book walks and drives at camp reception or online via semparks.org. You can also book sunrise and sunset braais or barbecues. Remember this, you do not get to choose who you share the vehicle with. For the most part, it's okay, but we have been with some real arses too. If a photo opportunity arises, some people go into a panicky blind rush, and this is really annoying as there is time for everybody. When it rains on an open or semi-closed safari vehicle, you do not only get wet, you get soaked, no matter the protection you may have. And one other thing to be aware of, and that is ranger infatuation with lions. If spotted, it could be your game drive over, or curtailed at least. Having said this, overall, our time on game drives and bushwalks have been positive and very enjoyable. If you're happy with the drive or bushwalk, don't forget to tip.
dark. We learn to fight and learn who we are. But I am raised up to face the stars, full of light. And we are wild like a river, wild like the fire in your veins makes you shiver. And I chase the winter out of my mind like the dark in the distance. Wild at the edge of a great sea. Sometimes
Back at camp, and we visit the Elephant Museum once more, a fascinating and humbling place. Here is Sharon intaking the Mickey mood out of people who like to point out the obvious. Apologies to all who do.
it takes all you got to believe that you are whole here in the dark. We learn to fight when we fall apart.
Tar or sand roads? Well, we do both. Sharon prefers tar and I like to mix them up a bit. We have seen equally good sightings driving on both. Tar is less dusty, and you can cover longer distances quicker with their 50km speed limit versus 40km for sand roads. Sand roads are much more dusty. They can sometimes be very bumpy too, with what is known as a corrugated effect, but these are treated and harrowed to improve the driving comfort from time to time. Some sand roads can also be what we would describe as intimate, that is to say, narrow, very narrow. There are many offshoots presenting viewing opportunities on both. Whatever you prefer is right, tar or sand or both.
But we are raised up to face the stars, endless light, and we are wild.
Here is some antelope you don't see that often in the Kruger.
Wild like a river, wild like the fire in your veins makes you shiver. And I chase the winter out of my mind like the dark in the distance. We are wild. Can't hold me
A bird that we fly to our home continent very soon.
back, can't pin me down. Can't stop the truth from ringing out. Light up the darkness, say it loud. Oh, I am stronger, I am we are wild.
There are a number of picnic sites in the Kruger National Park. Some provide food. Our favourite is Chokwani. They do a selection of rustic and traditional food. We enjoy the early bird. 2 eggs, bacon, cherry tomatoes and toast, washed down with a cuppa. Cooked to order and all achieved in a timely manner. Until they tried to satisfy people's obsession with their a la carte coffee demands. A coffee machine was purchased and now we seem to wait forever to get served. In fact, we were even asked to go to the shop for a cup of tea as the coffee demand was at fever pitch. It is the bush, why can't you just have something simple and be happy? When we drive past nowadays, if we see safari trucks and groups of people, we keep going. A shame, as we love Chokwani. If we are planning a drive that will take us past there, we aim to be there close to opening, around 7:30 a.m, to avoid the coffee hysteria and queues. Beware the vervet monkeys at Chokwani. They like toast and they will have your butter and jam too. They've taken mine twice so far. So stay vigilant. The staff there do a grand job. It is just a shame visitor demands complicate what is a simple rustic picnic site, offering a simple rustic picnic experience.
We are wild. We are wild. We are wild like a river, wild like the fire in your veins makes you shiver. And I chase the winter out of my mind like the dark in the distance.
Back at camp for an evening meal, apple juice and more back time.
We are wild. We are wild. We are
Sweet dreams. Rise and shine for us. Time to roost for bats. today's drive we'll be heading northwards again on the H1-6, aiming for the S142 Shongololo loop, before heading for breakfast at Mapani. Thereafter, safe-bound back to camp. Late afternoon drive will incorporate the S62 cul-de-sac with its various offshoots. How many camps? As many as you like. Be aware that many camps for short periods mean you will be forever checking in, moving luggage, packing and unpacking. If planning to safari in the middle or south of the park, we aim for no more than 3 main camps, spending 4 or 5 nights at each. If travelling south to north, and north to south, or south to north then back south, you will need more camps to break the journey. On a number of occasions, we have flown to Skakusa, 1 night at Satara, then 1 at Mapani, then stay for 3 or 4 nights at either Punda, Maria or Shinwedzi, back southwards, staying at either Lataba, Olifants or Satara for 3 or 4 nights. Finally, our last 3 or 4 nights at Skakusa, Lower Sabi or Bergendal camps. You can check in from 2 p.m. onwards and up to when the offices close, which is about 30 minutes to 1 hour after the camp gates close. We would recommend you aim to get through the gates 30 to 45 minutes before the gates close to allow for unexpected delays or great wildlife sightings on the way. On your day of departure, you have to vacate your accommodation by 10 o'clock. Don't forget to post your key in the box labelled keys near the camp gates before you drive away from camp. We will be seeing you back home soon. Will any of you be heading for Willow Stables? We wonder. Rest camps or bush camps? What about satellite camps? Here are the differences. Main camps or rest camps operate like small villages and are fenced. They offer multiple accommodation types. They feature fully stocked grocery shops, petrol stations, restaurants, first aid centres and swimming pools, often placed on prime tarred roads, making them great for first-time visitors or those using standard two-wheel drives. Bush camps are smaller, remote and unfenced. They offer an intimate, off-the-grid wilderness experience. They are more private, exclusive and rustic. There are no shops or restaurants. Each unit features self-catering cooking utensils and braai, that's barbecue areas. Some locations provide communal freezer space too. They often lie on quieter gravel loop roads and may require a higher clearance vehicle depending on the season and recent rainfall. You must be completely self-sufficient for food and drinks, as you cannot just pop out to grab a meal. There are also satellite camps. These are smaller, simpler campsites or hut clusters located just a short distance from a main rest camp. They have communal ablutions and no on-site restaurants or shops, though they usually offer electricity and are great for caravans. Check availability and book all camps directly through the official SAMParks website, samparks.org. There are many different accommodation types, and we recommend researching using the SAMParks website. It has plenty of information. As a couple, we use bungalows, also known as rondavels, positioned on the perimeter if available. There are different types, so check before you book. We go for 2 single beds pushed together. They are air-conditioned, have a fridge, hot plate, sink, utensils, WC and a shower. Rest camps or main camps, what do we prefer? Confession time. We have never used a satellite camp. We are not campers. We have never used a bush camp either. We know people who have, and they rave about bush camps' remoteness and being surrounded by wilderness and not many people. This is something we will definitely do, and we will report back when we have. Being international visitors from the UK, we enjoy main camps, staying in perimeter accommodation and good food at the restaurants. We are on holiday, paid good money to get here, and just want to rest and relax. Having said this, it sounds experiencing a bush camp is something too good not to. Perimeter accommodation is just the best in our opinion. You never know what you're going to see or hear. You are close to the bush. We have seen hyenas walking past many times. A troop of banded mongooses. Leopard and its impala prey up a tree just the other side of the fence. Wildebeest and zebras, hippos, crocs and buffalo, elephants up so close, and much more besides. The bird life near water, such as primitive views at Skakusa, Lower Sabi, Letaba, Olifants, and Mapali, is just spectacular. Book early for perimeter accommodation. We book as soon as they appear available for booking, usually 11 months ahead of actual vacation date. A bit more expensive, but not that much really. You will not be disappointed. Your Kruger memories will be enhanced as a result. This is a wonderful clip of a water monitor saying, "No, no, no, not here. Nothing to see here. Move on, please." You can't beat Mapali as a breakfast venue when elephants are about. Tipping is big in South Africa. Tip everything and everyone. Meals, housekeeping drives, petrol stations, picnic sites, hotels, etc. It can be annoying if you have not received good service or meal, but it is expected no matter. On one occasion, the food we had was very poor. It happens. We complained and nothing happened, so we did not tip. We thought we'd started World War III. That did not sit well with us, as well as it didn't with them. But thankfully, that was a one-off. At restaurants, hotels, we tip by credit card by adding on to the bill the amount we would like to tip. At petrol stations and housekeeping, we tip using cash. You do what you feel comfortable with. How much? In general, 10% give or take. More if very happy, a little less if not. Cash tips, such as housekeeping, we base on our experiences of them, but leaving between 100 and 200 rand as usual. At petrol stations, usually 15 to 20 rands each time we fill up. This is all subjective. You do what you feel good with. Tips at private safari camps are a different matter and a subject for another day. Sometimes you drive into a magical wilderness scene like this one. Just fantastic.
I'll put my light in a bottle, something to guide your way.
Animal raids, well, they happen. Prevention is key, keeping accommodation doors, car doors and windows closed and locked. Secure fridge by keeping the outer cage door locked or turning the fridge so the door faces the wall. Do not leave food outside unattended. Store food in fridge or inside accommodation, not in outside cupboards. Problematic animals include honey badgers, vervet monkeys, baboons, squirrels, but all animals are opportunists. We have bared witness to a number of incidents. One time at Olifants, we were eating at the restaurant and a French guy came in asking for a table. He left his fridge cage door open and had just been raided. Baboons took everything, so he needed a table and a meal. Unfortunately, there were no available tables, so we offered him a place at ours, which he accepted and then told us what had happened. Another time in the accommodation next to ours, we saw a chief baboon handing out goodies to the rest of the troop as they waited in turn. He had taken food from the unprotected fridge and outside cupboards, whilst the occupants were out. Another time, 2 bungalows over from us, a couple had left their recently purchased groceries in the outside kitchen cupboards. Mistake. This was no challenge for two honey badgers, who stripped the cupboards of everything and, like two selfish criminals, began fighting over the spoils of the burglary. At our Oliphant's perimeter bungalow, baboons broke into our accommodation. We thought we had locked it, but unbeknown to us, the lock was broken. Baboons ate our food whilst in our accommodation. What was extremely lucky for us, they did not leave any poo as a calling card. We're still grateful for that one. The camp's maintenance people remedied the lock immediately. At Encumber picnic site, I left a car window open and vervets were starting to gather at the open goal. A South African gentleman noticed this, shouted and clapped his hands to shoo off the monkeys. It worked. Whilst we were thanking him, a vervet jumped onto his wife's shoulders and stole her to-go cup of coffee. As already mentioned, look out for raiding vervets at Chokwani picnic site. Do not feed anything. If you do, you are the problem and are probably signing their death warrants. You have been warned. More pointy behaviour. Afternoon drive now.
If the moon gives up rising, the sun stops it shining, you know you'll have a hand to hold. As we wait on the timing, together we're finding there's more than one way to go home.
Eating, there are plenty of options depending on your preference. All camps have restaurants serving more than adequate food in great settings, in settings where you can still enjoy wonderful sightings. Main camps have stocked shops where you can buy groceries and cook yourself, again enjoying sightings, especially if in a perimeter bungalow. Most accommodation types have braai facilities, barbecue, so if that's your bag, then it is on offer as part of the deal. There are a number of picnic sites offering food or facilities allowing the cooking of your own food. These sites are unfenced, so be vigilant. Some camps also offer takeout options, providing eating on the hoof or takeaway to consume at your accommodation. There are plenty of options. We like to mix it up. What do you like to do? On the subject of food, you can purchase relatively cheap cool boxes to use when transferring perishables from one camp to another. We leave the cool box at our last bungalow on the last morning for whoever would like it or not, as the case may be.
I know you're tired of this pattern. One up and three below. When you're chasing after what matters, your heart knows where to go. If the moon gives up rising, the sun stops its shine.
Turn your engine off at sightings even though others may not. Get into the habit. When you are on your own, the experience will be more absorbing as you can not only see but hear too. Your videos will record a better memory. It will mean less vibrations to deal with when taking pictures and videos. We believe it is also good etiquette for your fellow safarians and the animals. Others who do not can be annoying, as here in this video. A lovely scene spoilt by the hum of a car in the background. Bite your tongue and lead by example. That's all we can say.
You know you'll have a hand to hold. As we wait on the timing, together we find it. There's more than one way to go home.
Last time to enjoy the bats at Lataba. Heading south to Satara tomorrow for part 3 of tips for first-time international visitors to Kruger National Park, South Africa, when we will be talking about fuel cost, how much you will use, ablutions in the bush, trees and flowers, birds and bird watching, picnic sites, sightings etiquette, sightings board, some things you never say, right or wrong way to safari, Wi-Fi, embrace nocturnal sounds, look out for the little ones too. We hope to see you then.
Thanks for watching.
Take care.
Bye for now.
Bye.